Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today we have Drobot here in the Bourgogne, the Tier 10 French Premium Reward Ship, whatever you want to call it, battleship. So this is the Alsace, but better in many ways. So, the Bourgogne, for those of you that don't know, it is a steel ship. It's one of the older steel ships. Now, back in the day, it was really just Stalingrad, Bourgogne, and I think, like, black or something like that. Can't really remember. This was quite some time ago. But anyway, some key differences between the Alsace and the Bourgogne is that, first off, the Bourgogne's main battery is, well, a lot better than the Alsace's main battery. Now, the Alsace actually used to be almost to this level of excellence with its main battery. Alsace used to have 1.7 Sigma back in the day. Bourgogne has 1.8 Sigma. But Bourgogne also has a 24.8 kilometer range. Alsace has a 20 kilometer stock range. Alsace also nowadays has a 33-second reload time on her main battery guns. And depending upon how you build the Bourgogne, it could have a 30-second reload time or I believe a 27-second reload time, again, depending upon your module selection. Plus, the Bourgogne also has Republic secondaries and not the Alsace secondaries. So it's got less of them, but they're better. However, again, with the Bourgogne, as you can tell by her guns right here, secondaries really aren't the feature of the Bourgogne. The main battery for sure is, because he just chunked that GK for 26,000 damage with 15-inch guns. So, of course, the Bourgogne has 12 15-inch guns with French velocities and French pins, which means you can do stuff like that. On top of that as well, it gets the main battery reload booster consumable, which means after you fire, if you pop this consumable, well, next time you fire at least, your reload time will be cut down in half. It's the same thing that the Jean Bar has, and that's why I recommend building into the main batteries on the Jean Bar. I would most definitely recommend building into the main battery on the Bourgogne because of, well, that right there. On top of that, it actually gets the cruiser speed boost and not the battleship speed boost too. So it's got all that going for it and a couple other minor changes there, but those are the main ones right there. That Marsal just ate Cabral torpedoes. That's something. But anyway, Bourgogne's an excellent battleship and definitely one of the steel ships you should probably be going for, and is for sure high up on my list of steel ships to get. So, Drobot here, he didn't include his module or captain build for the Bourgogne, just said that Noveski right there, but I do highly suspect it is a main battery / tank build, so we will see how that performs this round. But anyway, Noveski sitting broadside onto him, gets citadeled again for another 13,000 damage right there. This is a CV match, as you can tell. Enemy team has the Midway, friendly team has the Richthofen. So Noveski's just been citadeled twice by Drobot. Each a citadel from somebody else. Drobot's over on this flank with a Gearing, Zal, Petro, and a Kaba, and a friendly Yami in a division. And ooh, just nicks that Noveski right there. Doesn't quite finish him off. And of course, what you're seeing right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the French troll armor. He's sitting broadside onto several ships. He's eating a couple of pins, but nothing really too big. The GK has shot at him a couple of salvos ago and didn't eat too much damage right there. And that's because French armor is magical, in that sometimes you eat pins, sometimes you don't. Sometimes when a shot hits you and it really shouldn't do much. Ooh, 90 damage down on that Noveski. Sometimes when a shot hits you and you don't think it's going to do a lot of damage, it removes half of your health. That's the magical French Baguette armor. It's just the way the armor is laid out on the ship. The cruisers are like that as well. So, friendly team over here has managed to sink one cruiser, one destroyer, and now we've got the Yami, Smolensk, Shimakaze, and GK left on this flank. GK's way in the back and Yami's way in the front. We must be living in some parallel universe in this match. As you see, the friendly team has split in a rather unconventional way for this map. As you can see, half the team has gone to the A cap, half the team has gone to the C cap, and that's great if you're communicating and trying to surround the enemy team and get some crossfire going on. But in a random battle, ooh, that Smolensk just got chunked by the Yami. But in a random battles match, when you're not really communicating, you don't really want to separate your team like that. And ooh, there we go. Goodbye, Smallness. That made my heart happy. You don't really want to separate your team like that, because that means the enemy team can just sail straight up the middle and get behind either of your flanks with their destroyers or stealthy cruisers, or heck, even battleships if you're far enough apart. And that's never good, because now instead of setting up a cross shot, the enemy team got 2 cross shots off easy on your team, being they have cross shots on your western flank and cross shots on your eastern flank. And cross shots is when you have the enemy surrounded from multiple different angles, and there's not a lot you can do about it. You can't angle to both. Ooh, look at this right here. Yami broadside on, 22,000 damage off. You can't angle to both sets of shots coming in. So this Yami right here is still continuing to travel in a straight line. Drobot has popped that main battery reload booster in. Ooh, another 24,000 damage off right there. Drobot's at 107,000 damage. Yami gets a retaliatory shot off, and this Yami had a call to make here, and I mean, being caught broadside in a Yami, it's not a great experience, as you can see here. 27th. Oh, God, that was what? 27 plus 18. That was almost a 50,000 damage salvo right there from Drobot. He was caught with broadside on. He had a couple options there at this point. He could make for the island, which he chose to do, or he could turn out or in. The better choice would have been to turn out. That way he's not presenting his flat broadside to Drobot anymore. He still would have eaten more shots. He wouldn't have got to the island as fast, but the shots wouldn't have been as severe. He would have been able to angle and bounce, especially considering that the Bourgogne has 15-inch guns. Yes, they have good pins, but it's not like they can overmatch parts of his armor, because it is a Yami. And if he would have angled, he would be able to bounce just about all the shots that weren't hitting his superstructure. But he decided to go for the island, and it cost him, what was that, almost 60,000 health there. Now this GK also had a call to make. And, it is a call too. He's now rushing the Zhao, the Bourgogne, and the Kaba, which I understand if you're caught being focused down on, like I've talked about before in my German battleship guide, but you're being focused down in a GK or any other German battleship, you do have to make that call of, am I going to retreat or am I going to go for it? Because, you know, if you retreat, but they're still just focusing you down, you're just going to whittle away with your health, and the further away you're getting, the less effective your guns are going to be. Or you could charge in and do as much damage as you can do before you go down. Now this GK has plenty of space to retreat from behind him, and as you can tell by the match, both teams are fairly even on ships. The enemy team has a bit advantage in the points department, and that might be emboldening the GK a little bit to say, okay, I'm just going to go for it. But now what's happened is Drobot here and his Zhao doing the right thing, and they're kiting away. They are fleeing and pulling the GK in while they are just farming him for damage. The Zhao's been spamming him with HE, just launched torpedoes. GK just took out the Zhao. Drobot loaded HE, gets salvo off into the GK, is firing AP before, and switched over to HE now. Starts a fire, and originally when I was watching the replay back, I thought, okay, you know, he's going to pop his reload booster, just going to burn him down. But he makes the right call here. He holds that reload booster because the Zhao did get his torpedoes off, and they are good torps. Good line alignment there. It gets one salvo on him there, then the fire finishes him off, so Drobot gets to save that reload booster for later when it might be important. I'm very bad about that. I save my consumables for forever. It's just from playing the game for so long. Back in the day, you know, floods lasted forever, and if you had one flood on you, you didn't have your damage con, you were dead, pretty much. Now we got a Goliath who's poking his head around, and it is worth noting that, well, everybody's kind of dead on this flank or has fled. The Caballeros has ran off, and well, managed to finish off the Yami that Drobot slaughtered earlier. So Goliath's pushing in now, and he's at almost full health. And Goliath's got some pretty thin armor, but does have that dry dock repair that the Conqueror gets. Almost the same. He's firing at the Caballeros, and as you see here, even though the Bourgogne does have 1.8 Sigma, it still gets that French dispersion that's kind of wonky, but it's kind of wonky all in one area rather than the Alsace, who likes to cover from the 1 line to the 5 line with its dispersion. Pops his last heal. No, I'm sorry, this is not his last heal. His second to last heal right here. Gets the front 2 turrets off on the Goliath that's 8 shells, because Bourgogne does have the, decent hit there. Takes out a turret. Bourgogne does have the quad turrets that the French so love. Khabarovsk is being a Khabarovsk, and it appears he is charging at the Goliath while also trying to make island cover and gunning him down. That's how you play a Khabarovsk. You just kind of go for it. It's great. That's why I love that DD. And again, wonky French dispersion, but manages to get a citadel through the side armor of the Goliath. I think the cheek there, right below the turret. So Goliath is for some reason ignoring Drobot here. Ooh, Midway burned out the Khabarovsk. He's ignoring Drobot here, and the Bourgogne for some reason is going after the Thunderer. French battleships, the armor is very, very much not great against HE. It's 32 millimeters all over the place, and Goliath can pin that with its HE. And Drobot here is up to 222,000 damage, and the Bourgogne pops his reload booster right here when Goliath angles out, but Thunderer swoops in there, steals most of his health away, and then Drobot gets an amazing citadel for 6,000 damage. Don't you love when that happens? Hello, torpedoes from the Shimakaze. So the Shimakaze managed to sneak around. Thanks to the speed boost of the Bourgogne, Drobot managed to slide right in between the two salvos of torpedoes. Now, Shimakaze does have 3 launchers, so there is still a third set somewhere else. And if you look at the score, Drobot's team is down to 390 points now. There's the torpedoes from the Goliath. Enemy team's up to 730 points. If Drobot's team doesn't make something happen here soon, bad things are about to happen. Managed to start a fire there on the Kremlin. I believe he switched over to HE because he was anticipating the Shimakaze to show up. Now, if you notice, the Richthofen's kind of by himself over there with the sea cap hiding behind an island just with a Venezia that he's trying to sink. Here comes the Midway. Remember what I said about French BBs and HE? HE bombs are the same. They can absolutely take a dump on French BBs. Now, against AP bombers like the Richthofen, the French battleships are actually some of the best ships to be in if you're being attacked by the Richthofen. Here's the HE bombs. Midway whiffed most of those. I think he only got clipped by 1 or 2 bombs and 3,900 damage. Hello, Kremlin, who's broadside on to a Bourgogne. Drobot is continuing to turn out and angle away from the Kremlin. Doesn't get a citadel, gets 4,000 damage there on the Kremlin. Looks like he hit the torpedo protection. And that Midway's still coming back around for another run on... That was a bit better hit, well, worse hit for Drobot. 10,000 damage right there with the HE bombers from the Midway. Kremlin still showing broadside to her Bourgogne, getting a little cheeky there with that Soviet armor. And the Kremlin is angled just enough to where some of these shells are biting, some of these shells are just shattering and bouncing all together. Kremlin gets 1 turret out, pokes Drobot there for 4,000 damage. Drobot is out of health at this point. He's burned through all 5 of his repair parties. And this salvo should finish off the Kremlin. It just has to pin the superstructure. There we go. Midway just nukes the Richthofen just nukes the corpse for good measure. Now that Shimakaze are less spotted up by the Thunderer, but Drobot's all the way down here by the A-cap by himself. And like we said, Bourgogne does have good AA, but your AA's got to be intact, and Drobot's been eating HE. And there's that Shimakaze down to 9,000 health. And Drobot's rotating his turrets, rotating his whole ship around. Looks like Thunder got 2 good hits on him there. Probably pretty low health after that. Thunder HE is pretty nasty. And now, Drobot's by himself against a Midway. Bourgogne does not have any catapult aircraft, as you can see, so no fighters, just depending upon his AA entirely for his survival. He's up to 261,000 damage so far. Manages to thread the needle here and only eats 1 torp instead of 2. Popping his speed boost to try and stay alive and ahead of these Midway torps, because Midway torps are quite slow. There's Midway there, spotted for a second by the Richthofen. If you're wondering why the Richtofen's not providing spotting for the Shimakaze, because it's just him and Drobot left alive here on the friendly team, I would like to draw your attention to the minimap and point out that the Richtofen's in the middle of brawling the Venezia. I would love to go over there and show you that, but the replay system is still broken and I cannot detach the camera from the ship that's being viewed on the replay. But Richtofen's in a secondary duel with the Venezia and also is throwing every single aircraft he possibly can at the Venezia. And you can see here the Venezia is literally up to the rudder of the Richthofen here. I'm assuming you're just trying to ram him or get some torpedo salvos out on him or something. So Drobot is trying just to nick the Shimakaze in some way, because now they are up to 973 points, and the friendly team's only at 500 points, so they need to kill something if they want to have a chance at winning this match. So something's got to give. Something's got to die here. Richtofen's trying to finish off the Venezia. Midway's coming after. Oh, there we go. Richtofen manages to flood out the Venezias. Alright, so Richtofen is now free to spot the Shimakaze. He needs to do it very fast. Luckily, the Richtofen's planes are very fast. So if you can get over here, spot him. Drobot's got two more charges of the main battery reload booster, and that Shimakaze is also very, very, very low. So all the Richtofen's got to do is get over here as fast as he possibly can and spot that Shima. As you can see, chat's also instructing the CV to do that. So Drobot's also heading over to the A-cap to slow down the enemy team's points gains. That way they can have a couple more seconds, which is all they need in order to kill this Shimakaze. Here come the Midway planes once again. However, unfortunately, between the brawling the Venezia and all that other stuff going on the eastern flank, the Richtofen does not make it. And after that hard-fought battle over at the A-cap, unfortunately, this is a loss for Drobot. But what an amazing fight Drobot put up. Managed to survive over there on the western flank. Did a whole lot of damage. And man, Bourgogne, that replay definitely makes me want to go out and pick up the Bourgogne as soon as I can, which it is on my list to get. But good effort there, Drobot. Unfortunately, he didn't include the end screen for that match, but I do imagine he just topped up his team with 270,000 damage done. And in fact, he actually sent me the end screen for another match in the Bourgogne where he had 370,000 damage done. Wow, that's a lot of damage. And that's also why Bourgogne, I do believe, is still currently the highest average damage tier 10 battleship in the game. So yeah, good effort there, Drobot. So close to a victory, but a really, really good match. And that's the thing too, with me at least. I would have been just as happy with that match as with any other victory, because it was a good match, it was a close game, wasn't a blowout, and, you know, that's what's important to me, having fun, having a good all-around match rather than walking over the enemy team. But anyway, guys, that's it for that part of the video. Up next, I do have a bit of a highlight reel for 2020 for everything that was put up on the channel, from Warships to Project Wingman to Cyberpunk, the playthrough that we've covered so far. So if you want to stick around and enjoy that, please do so. I worked a couple hours on it. It's really, really fun going back and looking at all the videos that were put up over the year and finding some of the best bits from those videos. But anyway, guys, if you're heading out here, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice New Year's Eve and have a wonderful start to your 2021. If you want to watch the highlight reel, fair warning to headphone users, I try to balance it as best as I can, but you know, again, my audio isn't always the most balanced, so just be aware there's a couple of loud spots here and there in it. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoy. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. Oh boy. Please. I said please. Oh. How you doing? We all having a good time here? How's everybody doing?
We can't lose! We have to win this!
Yes, okay, guys, serious the fuck up. Can we talk about this? Like, yeah, I see the number 7 on my screen, and I don't like it.
Oh yeah, that's Pickles we're shooting at. Guys, I didn't even realize it was Pickles that we were shooting at for a second.
I like your Sean horse there. He's getting away!
Got him! Fuck you, bitch!
Why is our team doing what it's doing?
Why is our team doing what it's doing?
That's what I'm asking.
Alright, yeah, one second. Feels bad.
Oh no.
Hey, Killer.
A little kill Killer though.
Yeah, we'll kill Killer at
Before I
least.
go down. I got Killer. Let me have this one.
I don't... Right now, we need him dead. Okay, good.
To not realize he fucked up.
You want that one?
You're like Death Star with the Siegfrieds.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Is this Armorn with 3x?
Who would win? New Orleans or 24 15-inch guns?
Oh yeah, then we have the LC skin. Oh my god, okay. Okay, that's... Oh, okay. 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 What is this? What is... Get off of me. Bad cat. Hello, sir. Winged demon of the sky, I summon you.
I remember
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he has... Uh-oh. Val. Val.
They
Val.
all
Val.
Right away.
Get flexed on.
Ah, he's coming after me.
Oh, dude, the wolves. Oh my god.
My horse attacked him.
Oh my god.
Hit me.
Dude, look at the wolves. Whoa. Did I just... I know you can't stop your turns if you're Russian. Hi, Iowa.
You're behind. They're all looking at me, by the way. I don't think you... I didn't see you.
Oh, is he pull? Are you guys playing the train?
What?
Nice, see, nice. Do it.
Get it?
Do
it?
it.
Is one set enough for an Iowa?
Yes, I think so.
Survey says yes. Hi, Jean
You're
Bart.
gonna get the JP too.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna take my farm damage? Oh,
This is
no.
my farm, sir.
Come on, hit shells, hit.
Okay. That's alright. Yeah, they did have a cool paint job. It's all crispy now. What? Okay, that was good. Am I just doing like meth at this point? Oh god.
Anyways,
Oh,
don't talk to me or my son ever again.
That's okay, he's dead. He just kept shooting my body. What the heck? What was that? What war crimes is that, Minotaur? Is it? Oh my god! Oh my god. Yes. We've been in this place before.
Dan's got him.
Again.
no, not yet. There's a deal in there? No, there's not.
I think he got a heal.
Superstructure shot now.
There we go. That was amazing.
Very good.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is gonna be spicy.
Very spicy. One.
Oh!
That's the spice right there. That's the spice.
And Montana's Citadel isn't the easiest thing to hit at this range. Ooh!
Yeah!